We begin this video with Drift. He looks really cool with this nice soft rubber coat. Then we move on to Carbide, and this is the figure that sold me on this Jazwares 4-inch Fortnite line. Then we have Bandolier, and before these figures I had actually never heard of Jazwares. I know other people had. Then I found Raptor, and I was really sold because I thought these figures were just awesome. Technique was the second figure that I bought, and I knew this was going to be an awesome line. There was a llama pinata, and I didn't realize that this figure, Rust Lord, was the figure inside that pinata. What a cool toy concept. Then we had a more deluxe figure. This is Omega, the red style. Rex came with the first multi-pack set, the Squad Mode set. The next figure in the Squad Mode set was Cuddle Team Leader. The third figure in the Squad Mode set was Bright Bomber. And the final figure of the Squad Mode set was Ragnarok. This dude is freaking cool. The final playset had this guy, Raven, and he was up against Jonesy, and they were in the Turbo Builder set the first year. And here we have the original 13 4-inch action figures from Jazwares Fortnite line from 2018. And unfortunately, throughout this video, I won't be able to stack them all up like I did in the last video that I did about a year ago, because there are so many figures now, I've grown out of space. So stick around, because I'm going to go through every single figure in this video. We're now up to Series 2 with Dark Bomber, and she begins the winter and spring session of 2019. We continue on with the default version of Skull Trooper, which is this white version. Then we get Havoc, which a lot of G.I. Joe collectors thought was a homage to Firefly. And Battlehound with a big surprise, a removable helmet so you can see the face that you can't see in-game. That's pretty neat. Then we get a fan favorite in Calamity, and the final solo figure is Toxic Trooper. Now this figure has an interesting story that plays out over the next couple years, in that several variations were found. We have this one, the original one I found in GameStop, then later we find this one, which don't be deceived by the camera. This is a kind of a dark green, a bit of a blue, and even a third one. You can see how shiny this one is. So there are 3 different Toxic Troopers if you're a completist. The next deluxe figure is the Visitor. We get the very first, the 7 figure. And then a huge fan favorite is the Black Knight, who comes with the 1x1 builder set. We get another 4-pack squad mode, and we'll begin with Trog. Next is Moisty Merman, and if it looks like I'm standing these figures in a weird way, it's because I am. A lot of the early figures had trouble standing, that's why it is. Now we have Ravage. And the final figure of the 4-pack was Omen. The next Turbo Builder set contained Rabbit Raider versus Vertex. And this is a fun little set. You get lots of building materials. This year, instead of a Llama Drama Loot Pinata, we were given a Birthday Llama, and the first one had Dark Voyager in it. As the summer began, we got a Jumbo Loot Llama that contained Frozen Raven and the Ice King. And here's a final look at the Winter-Spring 2019 figures. Now we get to the Summer-Fall of 2019 with a Target exclusive party pack that begins with Brainiac, continues with the green glow style of Skull Trooper, and the final new figure, Spooky Team Leader. In this video, I won't be sharing the repack figures, and in this case, we had Drift and Raptor. Next, we had a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This is Carbide again, but the difference is, if you look around, you'll notice that there are light blue outlines on this figure, indicating it's a different style than the original 2018 release. He was packed in with orange style Omega. Again, you can see the orange lines highlighting, and this was an SDCC exclusive. Getting to normal solo releases, we have DJ Yonder, Frostbite, Longshot, the highly anticipated and desirable Peely, Ruckus, Triage Trooper, and Verge. Next, we got an early game survival kit deluxe figure in AIM. 2019 also saw the first vehicles released with Drift Level 1 with the ATK. Purple Glow Skull Trooper came with the glider drone, the Cloud Strike. And then we got a late game survival playset with Crackshot and Leviathan. The next vehicle, the Quad Crasher, came with Burnout. And not only did we get one Birthday Llama Loot Pinata with Skull Ranger, But we got 2 Birthday Llama Loot Pinatas, the second one with war paint. The holiday set was the gingerbread set, and here we have Merry Marauder and Ginger Gunner. The next figure is very interesting. This figure has still never been released in the US. This is High Rise Assault Trooper, originally showing up in a UK exclusive squad mode set. And we have Mission Specialist, who was also originally in that squad mode set in the UK, but did release the next year in the US with the Expedition Outpost. And here's a final glance at the Summer-Fall 2019 figures. The next set of figures are from December 2019 to January 2020. Here we have Archetype. Then we've got Beef Boss, Inferno, and Luminos. Then we had an early game survival kit deluxe figure, Vendetta, show up in the UK around December. This figure wouldn't make it to the US until like March. Then we had another Loot Llama figure, Overtaker, and we don't know if this was an Amazon exclusive or not. It was only ever on Amazon, at least in the US. The Future Squad Mode 4-pack featured Bunker Jonesy, Dream, Rocks, and Sentinel. We're not really sure if this is an Amazon exclusive either. I haven't heard of anyone finding it somewhere other than Amazon. And the final figure is Fireworks Team Leader. At the time, only available for Walmart, and based off of my calculations, only available for about 6 weeks before disappearing for about 2.5 years, and suddenly, a few months ago, showing up at Ross stores. This wasn't supposed to be a Walmart exclusive, but it kinda has become a Walmart exclusive because of that. I had heard it was supposed to be released other places, but it never was. And a final look at the Winter 2019-2020 set of figures. March 2020 saw the release of another small wave of figures. Here we have Hopper, Master Key, Rogue Agent, and Spider Knight. The Amazon exclusive high stakes set with Wildcard. This is Clubs, Spades, Hearts, and Diamonds. The final figure in the assortment was Giddy Up, in a birthday Loot Llama on Amazon. Haven't been seen anywhere else, so it's possible this is yet another Amazon exclusive. And here's a quick final look at the March 2020 assortment. In the summer of 2020, we hit the mother lode of figures, beginning with Bone Wasp, Tempest, Midfield Maestro, Yonder, and the new Hot Drop Deluxe figure, Ultima Knight. We got some new vehicle drivers, beginning with Copper Wasp with the ATK, Hybrid with the Baller, and Recruit Jonesy with the Battle Bus. Now, there was an exclusive Battle Bus with Amazon that also came with Tomato Head. We got a new Turbo Builder set that came with Fable versus Dire in the wolf form. Man, he looks good. Our next Squad Mode 4-pack began with Bigfoot, King Flamingo, Prickly Patroller, and Elite Agent. We got a ripe version of Peely with the Driftboard accessory. The Loot Llamas were replaced by vending machines that had accessories and a figure. Fallen Love Ranger was the first one. This one had 2 variations, and here they are. This is an early release of the vending machine, and this was a later release of the vending machine. The next vending machine came with X-Lord. Then we had a jumbo vending machine like the Jumbo Llama, and that one came with 8-Ball versus not Scratch, but Ruin. Then Target had an exclusive 10-pack, the Chapter 1 set, that contained 2 new figures along with 8 re-released figures. Here is the Gold Ice King. He is the first. And Eternal Voyager was the second. The set also contained DJ Yonder, Peely, Rocks, Rustlord, Jonesy, Black Knight, The Visitor, and Drift. Another Target exclusive, the Party Pack, contained 2 new figures out of the 5. Here is Blue Yonder, and the yellow style of Toxic Trooper. And the final 3 figures in the summer of 2020 were in a Season's Greeting trio set. The first one is Frozen Love Ranger, Golden Crackshot, and Yule Trooper. And here's a final view of the summer of 2020 figures. There was one final small wave in 2020 that included Purple Style Omega, Scratch, Singularity, Inverted Skull Trooper, and Tomato Head. And here's a final look at that shortwave. 2021 started off strong compared to previous years, and we got Bash, Shadow Brutus, Cyclo, X, Renegade Shadow, and Supersonic. We also got the first Build-A-Figure chest, which had Shadow Henchman and Ghost Henchman. The vehicle drivers included Blaze with the Choppa, and Jules with the Kaboom Bomb Glider. And we got our first Agent's Room with Ghost Agent Peely and Shadow Agent Peely. Our vending machine for Winter Spring contained Ripley, and the second vending machine contained the Scientist. Our Hot Drop figure was Gold Style Midas, and the squad mode set was dark themed with Dark Wild Card, Dark Red Knight, Dark Jonesy, and Raptor Glow Style. Here's a quick last look at Winter Spring 2021. The summer and fall of 2021 saw the release of two figures that had only been previously released in the UK. The first one is Lynx, and the second one is Fusion. Then we get to the regular release solo figures, beginning with Phoenix, the Black and Red Ice King, Sludge, Triggerfish, Unpeely, and the much anticipated The Paradigm. The vending machines became the supply llamas, and our first one was Kit. Oh, isn't he so cute and adorable? And then we got two more Build-A-Figure figures, the first being the Grotto Henchman, and the second is the Shark Henchman. Fade is our next Hot Drop Deluxe figure. And then we get some vehicle drivers. X-Lord Road Ready Style came with the Whiplash. Relaxed Fit Jonesy came with the Mud Flap, and the Translucent Reboot Recruit Jonesy came with the Reboot Van. Our second supply llama contained Contract Giller, and we were introduced to new preset packs that contained a figure, glider, harvesting tool, a weapon with a wrap, and a back bling. Here's Golden 8-Ball, and the second preset pack was a repack of Black Knight. Then we got the Tomato Town Legends Squad mode, beginning with the Brat, and Hothouse, Gut Bomb, and finally Guaco. A playset that I only ever saw on Amazon.com, The Vault, came with Default Midas and Shadow Jewels. The second Agent Room set we got contained a Ghost Meowscles and a Shadow Meowscles. Next is Cabby. He came with the Taxi, and I only saw that on Amazon.com, so I don't know if that was an Amazon exclusive. This figure is an Amazon exclusive. It's Reboot Drift Level 1, and he comes with the Reboot Van that also contains Reboot Recruit Jonesy. And another Amazon.com exclusive, Dummy, who comes with a third version of the ATK. The 2021 Target exclusive Party Pack contained 4 new figures and 1 repeat. This is Molten Omen. Then we have Red Style Ultima Knight, the Silver Style of Ice King, and Frozen Fish Stick, who also came as a solo figure. The only other figure in the pack was a repack of Bash. The Polar Legends Trio mode was also a Target exclusive, and we have here Lieutenant Evergreen. Then we have Minty Codename Elf. And finally, Frozen Red Knight. Then we have the White Style Yonder. This is an odd figure because he came with the Equalizer Glider Drone, similar to the Cloud Strike Glider Drone. It was never officially released in any major store that I'm aware of, but in the fall of 2021, it did get released to Ross stores, so I guess you could kind of say this is a Ross exclusive, but there were only a few of them, and then they disappeared pretty quick. And finally, we have Riptide, who's at the end of 2021 because he was released somewhere between 2021 and 2022. I don't know exactly when this figure dropped, but I know it was between that time, and he was a solo figure. And here's a final look of the summer-fall of 2021. Now we get to Winter-Spring 2022 with the first vehicle driver, the Party Trooper, and he comes with the Bear 4x4 truck. Then we begin the solo release of figures with Atlantean Fish Stick. Next is Agent Jones. Then we get Raz. Then we got Mancake. And Yonder, Solid Gold style. And there was a Ragnarok release, and that's a repack, so I'm not going to show him here. And the next Agent Room came with Ghost Brutus and Gold Brutus. And finally we have Menace, the Hot Drop Deluxe figure. Here's a quick last look at the winter-spring of 2022. Now we're up to the summer fall of 2022. We begin with the Skull Squad set. Here we have Fish Skull and Skull Squad Leader, Bone Ravage, and Bone Boss. Then we get another Supply Llama with Potassius Peels. Then we get solo figures, Cluck, Explosive Style, Joltara, Diamond Hans, Grave Feather, Summer Drift. And then we were introduced to limited edition figures. Here we have Master Key, White Style. And then they introduced emote figures that came with little vehicles. The first one here is Doggo. Then we have Human Bill. Then we got a White Style Dyer that came in an Amazon Squad mode with 3 other figures. We had repacks of Drift and Rogue Agent, as well as a brand new Jonesy. Or is it? This is an exact copy of the original 2018 Jonesy, except he's been renamed, and that's why I've included him. This is now Jonesy the First. Then Jazwares gave us something entirely new, a Master Grade series that was supposed to step up the level of accessories and how the figure was designed. The first one is Oro. Then we got Midas Rex. Then finally we got Zero. Then we got regular Cluck in a set called Beast Battles. It's a duo mode that came with a wolf, check this out, and a boar. We got a new Whiplash recolored green that came with Storm Racer. Target had an exclusive 6-pack called Fort Fight that came with the repacked figures Peely, Agent Peely Shadow, Unpeely, Contract Giller, and Atlantean Fish Stick. This figure, and it may seem a repack, Triggerfish, is actually not. The head is brand new, which creates the War Paint style. So if you want this, you're gonna have to buy the 6-pack Target exclusive. A solo version of Fish Stick found its way to GameStop, but I don't think it's been found anywhere else. Then we come to the next squad mode, the Magma Masters set. Here we have Incinerator Kuno and the Roast Lord. Next we have Molten Ragnarok, and the fourth in the set is a repack of Blaze. And to finish out the summer fall of 2022, we have Reactive Style Deadfire and a Mega Cube Brute Monster. Here's a quick last look at the summer fall of 2022. Here we have the 3 limited edition figures not currently released in the US. Over here we have the Paradigm. She has a secondary head that's the glitch style. Triggerfish has the secondary head that has no face paint. And Yonder has the secondary head that's just simply unmasked. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up button and keep an eye out for more 4-inch Fortnite action figure videos. I'll see you in the next video.